Hey guys, what's going on? Mr. Go Philly Eagles here. This is just going to be my final video on Deshaun Jackson. I just wanted to, I don't know what possessed me to do this, another video, but I'm doing one. So, I've been watching some videos, people I respect. But, here's what I would say about this. There's a lot of people that do not like this move by the Eagles. Alright? And I get that, he's been a productive player. I understand why they'd be upset. But here's the thing. And you gotta look at it in another sense, so to speak. The Philadelphia Eagles have warned Deshaun Jackson on numerous occasions. And shout out to E-Rock, who put together an outstanding video on this. The Philadelphia Eagles have warned Deshaun Jackson on numerous occasions about the people he hangs out with. If he's got a rap label, the whole nine, okay? Nothing wrong with him. If he wants to be a rapper in the no, nothing wrong with. I don't think there's really. I don't have too much of a problem with the rap label. If he wants to rap in the off season, even though I think he should be spending his off season preparing for the next season, but whatever. Deshaun Jackson chose to ignore their warnings about the company he keeps. And this article on NJ.com says that Deshaun Jackson has gang affiliations to an Los Angeles street gang that have been linked to 2 separate murders since 2010. Now, what is the common denominator here? Alright, take Aaron Hernandez, who's in jail for one murder and being investigated in another murder. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. They're thinking, well, we don't know what we don't know that article was true, and I get that. But, do you really want to take the chance and have this distraction go all through the, training camp, and through the preseason and into the regular season where you're building around a pretty good core with Darren Sproles, Jeremy Maclin, Riley Cooper, and so on and so forth, and you can get another wide receiver. And I know what else you're thinking. You're thinking, well, they kept Riley Cooper and he shouted a racial slur. Point taken. Point taken. But here's the thing. What Riley Cooper said that night at the was incredibly insensitive. Nobody will disagree with that. But Riley Cooper didn't have the type of off-the-field problems that Deshaun Jackson had. Okay? And so, I can understand why Riley Cooper would get a second chance. Now, there are certain people that there are obviously people who feel that Riley Cooper should have been kicked off the team for what he said, and that's valid. Alright, that's very valid. But I could understand why he got his second chance. Alright? And Michael Vick participated in a act that is, I can't even get into, because I love dogs. I'm getting a dog this week. I'm getting a pit bull this week. I've been wanting a pit bull my whole life, and not my whole life, but I've been wanting one for a couple years now, and I'm getting one. So but he got his second chance when no other team would touch him because of the PR nightmare. As far as I'm concerned, Deshaun Jackson brought this on himself because you gotta be able to cut loose certain people when you make to your ultimate goal, which is being drafted by the NFL, and you're gonna be making now all this money. You gotta cut loose of certain people, and you gotta cut loose those people that aren't doing the right things, that are continuously associating themselves in lawless behavior. Now, Stephen A. Smith, ironically enough, with whom I do not always agree. I have a love-hate with Stephen A. Smith. There are some things I agree with him on, and there are some things I wish he would shut the fuck up. But he made a great point about the NFL and how it's becoming just, lawless. Because guys get their money and they think they're above the law. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles are saying, look, we've done what we could. We've warned him, and he chose to ignore those warnings. And you know what? This is probably the wake-up call that Deshaun Jackson needed. Alright? And think about it this way. Buddy Ryan did the same thing with Chris Carter. Who had issues with substance abuse. And Buddy tried getting him help. He tried his damnedest to steer Chris away from that lifestyle. But eventually, Buddy just continued to do what he did, and Buddy was like, look, I got no other recourse. And that was the best possible outcome for Chris Carter. And I think this is going to be the best possible outcome for Deshaun Jackson. And like I said, I watched Nitro Freak's video, and I love Nitro Freak. I got a lot of respect for Nitro Freak. But I could not, like I said, I totally disagree with you, bro. Don't get me wrong, I think you're an awesome video maker, but I disagree with you when you say that the Redskins will win the division. I don't see that at all. I just don't see the Redskins players do not like RG3. I don't think Dallas factors in because they lost their two best defensive players. No, I'm sorry. The Giants, they're an older team now. They're not as young as they used to be. So, we can still win this division. And it's not like we have nobody. It's like people think that Deshaun Jackson was God, and they try to make him better than he was. To me, he was just nothing more than a good player. I don't think he was great. And at first, I was all for him getting his money, but, now looking back on it, I was wrong. And I got no problem admitting I was wrong. So, but anyway, like I said before, this is going to have a positive effect on the team, because you won't have that distraction now going into training camp and, going into the regular season. I wish Deshaun luck in his future endeavors. Like I said, I love Deshaun, but like I said, he's just not a team player. But I wish him the best in his future endeavors. I don't really know if he's owned anyone in the division. Like I said, I don't think Coughlin's the type of guy that'll put up with that stuff, although they do need a receiver opposite Victor Cruz. But I don't think Coughlin's the kind of guy that would put up with Deshaun Jackson's type of antics. And the reason, and what I would say is the reason that the Giants have been successful during their run was because they didn't have guys that were lawless. They had character guys on their team. Okay? You know, I mean, that's the thing. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking this thing, but it's it's a tough decision, and a lot of people, it's a lot of mixed reaction, but it's just my final opinion. So that's it. I guess if I have any more thoughts, I'll get back on here. But shout out to E-Rock again, who made that outstanding video, and here's my thoughts. Peace.